Hello and welcome to Gartenzeile. Today we're going to talk about fertilizing again. Have you ever wondered what useful fertilizers you can find around the house? In this video, we'll show you 5 different household items that can be used as fertilizers for your garden. Enjoy watching. What store-bought fertilizers can you use from your household? Maybe there is 1 or 2 unusual ideas that are for you. Next, we want to briefly introduce you to 5 of them. The first household item is probably something every coffee lover has at home: coffee. This one is actually very versatile. Both coffee grounds and coffee itself can serve as fertilizer for your plants. Coffee can also do good in compost by speeding up decomposition and releasing its nutrients into the soil. Plants that particularly enjoy coffee as fertilizer are vegetable plants like tomatoes and cucumbers. But strawberries and potatoes also appreciate coffee grounds as a source of energy. Shrubs like blueberries or even hydrangeas will be happy with a good dose. Coffee fertilizer. If you want to collect coffee grounds, you should dry them to prevent mold from forming. Another, somewhat unusual, home remedy for fertilization is beer. The flat beer from yesterday's party can even be reused meaningfully, instead of going down the drain. Beer contains important trace elements such as magnesium, phosphorus, and potassium, which are important for plant growth. However, you should not pour undiluted beer on your plants. Water, because the alcohol damages the plant's cells, and the carbon dioxide can attack the roots. So, make sure to dilute the beer generously with water. You can mix it, fill it in a spray bottle, and spray it on the leaves of your plants. Because plants can also absorb nutrients through their leaves. Additionally, for example, houseplants get a nice shine. Now let's move on to another unusual fertilizer: urine. Maybe everyone has observed this as a child. Because where, for example, someone has urinated on the lawn, the grass started to grow particularly quickly and a dark green color appeared. Due to its high nitrogen content, which primarily stimulates the leaf growth of the plant, your plants will receive. One of the main ingredients of a conventional fertilizer. Urine should also be diluted with water to avoid over-fertilization. Common dilution ratios here are from 1 to 10 up to 1 to 20. Depending on how nutrient-hungry a plant is, you should use a stronger or weaker diluted mixture. Tomatoes or pumpkins, for example, rely heavily on a high nitrogen supply. So you can use urine very well here. Use it as a home remedy. Now let's move on to the next home remedy, which is ash. For those of you who regularly have bonfire nights or own a stove, this is of course a good way to dispose of waste. However, you should pay attention to a few points here. The ash should come from untreated wood and contain no harmful substances. Briquettes, cigarette butts, glossy paper, none of that should end up in your garden. The pure ash from burned, untreated wood is very suitable as fertilizer in the garden, as it contains minerals and nutrients like potassium, phosphorus, magnesium, or lime. The lime in the ash makes the soil alkaline. So if you have acidic soil, you can raise its pH level using ash. If your garden soil is already quite high in lime, you should avoid spreading ash. By the way, you can also sprinkle ash thinly on your compost. Here, the ash stimulates the composting process. Now let's move on to our last natural fertilizer, and that is grass clippings. You can easily reuse and utilize this garden waste. Draw from that. Especially nutrient-hungry vegetable plants like tomatoes or cucumbers readily absorb the nutrients from grass clippings. Additionally, the thin layer spread as mulch protects the soil from drying out. Another way to make fertilizer from grass clippings is to mix it with water. Ideally, mix 1 kilo of grass clippings with approx. 10 liters of water and let it sit well covered. Let it sit for 2 weeks, stirring it occasionally. You can then use the resulting liquid fertilizer with your watering can. Now you have some ideas on how to use various household remedies or even waste from your garden. You can use it for fertilizing. Just give it a try. Do you know or use any other natural household remedies or interesting types of fertilizers? Feel free to write it in the comments. We hope you enjoyed this little video. If so, feel free to subscribe so you don't miss any of our future videos. Are you more of a fan of the written word and generally interested in gardening? Then feel free to check out our gardening magazine at www.gartenzeil.de. Until next time.